Hey Knicks fans, how you doing? This is Sincere from Sincere Knicks Fan 34. How are you doing? Oh man, we just finished doing this whole game. New York Knicks went and dismantled the Atlanta Hawks 128 to 125. I wish I could tell you the stats, but NBA.com won't give me the freaking stats, people. What's going on? I'm going to tell you right off the bat, man. Actually, before I even get off to the bat, let's please like, share, and subscribe, okay? Subscribe for your boy. Let's get this thing started, all right? So with that already taken care of, I got some conspiracy theories out here. You know what I'm saying? Because I was watching this Atlanta Hawks game and I felt a certain way about this game, about the way it was officiated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they looked like they were phantom calls, just one-sided calls. All kinds of nonsense out there. And I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you why I'm kind of hating just a little bit, because the idea is this: despite all the nonsense when I look at this officiating for this particular game, the New York Knicks still won. We still won. They threw everything they could possibly do to make the game close, to make it seem competitive, and the New York Knicks still went out and won the game. We were up by 18 points. We were up by 18 points at one point in time. And the referees, when I say they, I'm referring to the referees, have still managed to bring this game into a 3-point contest, right? Not 3-point shootout, a 3-point contest, right? Unbelievable. There was a point, I'm looking at this game, and they were like, just to put it in perspective of how irritating it made me, there was a play where OG Anunoby had a run down, try to block a shot. And the ball was blocked. It went in anyway. And it was clearly a goaltend, which I was fine with. I'm fine with the goaltend call. But why you got to go and review it? Everyone in the building, everyone in the country, everyone in the world understood that it was not only a goaltend, but the basket actually counted regardless, because the ball still went through the hoop. Why they need to take an extra 2-3 minutes to go and review a goaltend that was automatic? Everybody knew what it was. So I felt like these referees pulled and extended this game unnecessarily, right? You know what I'm saying? It just felt a certain way. And this is my theory. This is my conspiracy theory. So, you know what I'm saying? You can come at me in the comments if you want. But this is my conspiracy theory. I'm thinking that whether it's for the Atlanta Hawks or whether it's for the NBA, I felt like these referees was trying to make it where the Atlanta Hawks win the game, or tried to make Trae Young look a certain way because it was New York, because it was the big market. I'm going to put out there, I think Trae Young's on the way out. I think he's about to be traded. And I think the NBA was trying to go help this guy get moved to a different team. I think the Atlanta Hawks is trying to help this man move to a different scenery, right? Because Atlanta is doing better without him, right? That's my theory. And I could be wrong, and I'm cool with being wrong if I'm wrong, right? But if they go and trade Trae Young, you know what I'm saying? You heard it here first, okay? Just putting that out there. Now, with all that put out there, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the referees look like they were trying their best to make the New York Knicks either lose or try to make the game seem more competitive, right? But what I did like, I liked that Mike Brown was continuing to mix and match combinations of talent. He had Diawara out there. He had McCullough out there. He had a lot of different players. Clarkson was mixed into the groove. Of course, Cola, because he's been playing well, just like Clarkson's has. So he's been mixing and matching with a whole lot of different talent. And I appreciate him for that, because that was part of the reason why he was brought in the first place, right? So seeing him put Diawara in position, and Diawara, in my opinion, I mean, he played well. He played well for a rookie. He did very, very well. Atlanta is a team that can light your behind on fire if you do not take them seriously. So for the fact that he started in the game against the Atlanta Hawks and he looked like he was doing his thing, he was doing very, very well. Again, I wish I had the stats so I could share that with you, but the reality is, in the flow of the game, he was a contributor on the defensive end, and he knocked some shots down. You know what I'm saying? And he looked pretty comfortable doing it. So, like I'm not saying he's gonna be an all-star or nothing like that. Not, maybe 3-4 years from now, who knows? We'll see. But Diawara did his thing. Kolek did his thing. Clarkson did his thing. I know Anunoby had like maybe 15 points, but I think Anunoby had like 15 points, and I think Mikal Bridges had 14. OG Anunoby definitely had 10 rebounds. And I think Mikal Bridges had 8 assists. So these guys had nearly 30 points between the two of them. You know what I'm saying? If not more, between the two of them during the course of the game. And the idea is they needed every point. They needed every steal. They needed every deflection. They needed every three-point shot, every make, every bit of effort. And it was well deserved. Mitchell Robinson doing his thing out there. So he kept talking about how I keep talking about Brunson doing Brunson things. Mitchell Robinson was doing Mitchell Robinson things, people. He was out there brutalizing. He was out there terrorizing. He was out there out rebounding the entire team by himself. Or at least that's how it looked, right? And I was happy about that. He did his thing. The New York Knicks executed. They could have executed better. But again, when you look at the mixture of the talents that was out there, players that weren't always getting big time minutes was now all of a sudden getting some significant minutes. So I'm not surprised if the turnovers were a little bit higher or the plays weren't as smooth. But at the end of the day, it was the idea the New York Knicks won. They won. They executed. And they made the stops they needed to make to win the game. It had a playoff vibe. And I love that. You know what I'm saying? We did our thing. We executed well. We played as a team. And I think, I said this before, and I'm not going to keep us long. I said before that Brunson sometimes can, gets into this mindset that he needs to go play hero ball and he will turn the ball over or put us in a bad position. And he did that coming in to, I believe, the fourth quarter. And he tried to do it all by himself and he turned the ball over. And I think that helped him to regain himself and get back into the flow of things. And we was able to knock things down as a team compared to him trying to do everything 1-on-5. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's still that growing pain, you know what I'm saying? But the whole team did very, very well. I'm not going to hold y'all long. I am going to put y'all out on this note right here. NBA All-Star Game, right? NBA All-Star Game. If you have not voted already, my Knicks fans, my sincere New York Knicks fans, right? We need to get OG Anunoby in the All-Star Game. We need to have Mikal Bridges at least in the conversation for the All-Star. If he's not in the starting lineup, he should at least be a reserve. OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Brunson, and Cat should definitely be in the All-Star Game. We as the New York Knicks, I'm putting it out there. Please put the word out. Let's go to the NBA.com. Let's go and get the votes in so we can get our guys voted in. I'm going to be honest with you 100%. I'm putting my vote in even for Mitchell Robinson because I think he's the best center right now that's playing in the East. He deserves to be an all-star candidate. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm not saying he's going to be an all-star, but in my opinion, he should be an all-star candidate at least. So please put it out there, my New York Knicks fans. Put it out there. Vote these guys in. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it like they did with Detroit when they had the whole starting lineup as the all-star team. That's my hope right there. I hope we can pull this thing off. You know what I'm saying? But if we can at least get OG or Mikal or both on there with Brunson and Cat, that would be amazing. I think that would be an amazing thing for us. You know what I'm saying? And for them. So with all that being said, for real, I hope we just continue this thing going. We continue to expand our bench. We continue to just be more effective of being efficient and doing what we need to do. With all that being said, hey, please like, share, subscribe. Please vote for the All-Stars, for our All-Stars, for our New York Knicks. You know what it is, okay? So with that being said, I'll talk to you next time. Let's get it.